You've called yourself a frugal billionaire.
Well, I've called myself frugal. I don't know about that last part. You know, when you grow up with few resources, every time you spend money, you know, it kind of hurts. A few weeks ago, I went to go pick up the dry cleaning, and I picked up mine. I got home, and my wife was was laughing. She said, "Well, where's my dry cleaning?" And I said, "Oh, I didn't get it." And she's like, "Why not?" I said, "It was too expensive." And I couldn't come to terms with like paying for so much in dry cleaning. It just kind of hurt my soul. And she was kind of laughing, but like really annoyed that I didn't bring everybody's dry cleaning. So yeah, like these instincts, I don't think they ever go away.
It sounds like you felt some financial insecurity growing up.
Yes, I did, and I still do. I mean, that's part of the ethos. Like I try to keep connected to that. I think, and by the way, I do that a little bit like selfishly, intentionally. Why? First of all, I don't have any interest in buying anything, right? I mean, I live in the same home I've lived in for 20 years. I'll always live in the same home for the rest of my life. I don't have any interest in spending in anything except building businesses. It just doesn't interest me. But I think if you do spend and you change your lifestyle, I think it modifies your understanding of like humanity. And if we're not connected to Americans because I've distorted my mindset about spending, then I can't understand the mindset of American consumers. So I think selfishly I stay grounded because I don't have an interest in doing anything but building businesses. But secondly, to understand as an investor human behavior, I have to be there.
I want to hear a little bit more about this like don't go broke mentality and like paint me a picture of how that shows up in your life or your businesses.
Well, the kids have a hard time with it. We were at a restaurant the other day, and I looked at the menu, and my son Eduardo says, "Dad, I think I'm going to get the crab." And he looks at me like he knows that it says $52 next to the crab, and I'm like, man, I don't know, $52 is just not good value for that. Like, let's find something else. Get the Caesar salad. And so he's looking at me like, come on, man, I just want to. And so anyway, it's all over the place, all over the house, all the time. It's a little bit overbearing, but it's just like, it's constant. It's just like an instinct. I mean, you can't change it. And I think there is like a fear always. And I think it's healthy. Like, I like it. And I think our family and our employees and the people that are helping me run businesses, they're constantly like a little bit annoyed, but they understand that it's a way to simplify and focus on what really matters. And what really matters is compounding capital, it's saving, and it's allocating resources intelligently. That's the focus. Everything else is a distraction.
But the psychology of it is interesting to me because you are clearly very intelligent. You know you can afford the crab or the dry cleaning, right? So I'm just curious where that comes from.
Well, I think, look, the expenses add up, and you're removing the opportunity for winning or for being right about your investment thesis every time you accumulate a bad decision. So the crab and the dry cleaning are all connected. And if you add them all up, they are a lack of discipline. And the lack of discipline kills a business. So it's not about the individual thing. It's about all of those bad ideas combined. They distract you from focusing on making the business work.